Hello folks, Mr. Heiser here, working on our mechanical arm project, doing a parts 11 through 15 this time. We're just moving along here. So looking at my parts list, part 11 is a finger actuator clamp. Alright, and scrolling down here. Alright, there's part 11. I'm going to start with a rectangle that's 3 wide, 1.5 high, and extruded 3/4. So 3 by 1.5. So I'm going to create a new standard.ipt. And draw my rectangle. And make it 3 by 1.5. And finish the sketch. And extrude it to 0.75. Alright, and there's my rectangle. Alright, so now I'm going to draw 2 holes on the front here. So I'm going to put a 2D sketch plane on here and project the geometry and draw 2 circles. And notice that the diameter is different. The one to the right is 0.5, the one to the left is 0.75. Alright, so now I'm going to locate these holes. They are 0.75 on both sides from the bottom and 0.75 from the edges on both sides. So that'll be easy. So from the center to the bottom, 0.75, and from the center to the edge, 0.75. I'll do the same thing over on this side. Okay, so I can finish the sketch. I'm going to extrude and switch to cut and cut both of these circles out. Alright, and there's my holes. So now I'm going to put my hole in on the top, and it's the same procedures as always. Now, going back to my list, I'm going to use the point tool this time, and it's a diameter of 0.1875. And it's centered. Alright, so we use point and dimension it a distance of 0.375, which it already is there, and then a distance of 1.5, which it is there. I want to finish the sketch, and going back to my drawing, it's a depth of 0.75. So using the hole tool, okay, I'm going to make sure it's a flat bottom like it is in the picture. And it's a depth of 0.75 and a diameter of 0.1875. And there's that. And then lastly, I'm going to do my fillets, which are a radius of 0.75. Remember the fillet tool that we've used before. And select all 4 edges this time. And hit apply. And I can now change this up here to yellow painted pine. Or yellow pine, I should say. And there's that. So I can do a save as part 11. And that was called Finger Actuator Clamp. Alright, so let's keep moving along. Let's do a new part. Move on to part 12. Alright, go back to our plans here. Alright, now you'll notice that obviously looking at part 12, this is not the right picture. I don't know why that's there, you can ignore that. But I am going to start by drawing a rectangle that's 1.75 wide and a height of 0.75. Okay. And I'm going to extrude that a distance of 1.5. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to put the hole that's in on the front here. Alright, and there's two sets of drawings to this project. Let me pull this up here first. Let's get it prepped. So I'm going to put my 2D sketch plane on the front and project the geometry. And I'm going to use the circle tool here and draw a circle, and it's going to be dimensioned to a diameter of 0.375. And it is going to be centered 0.375. And going back to the drawing, you can't tell how far in from the edge this is, so we need to actually refer back to our other drawing, which is this one. And it is a distance of 0.625, also known as 5/8. Alright, so now I can finish the sketch and extrude by cutting this through all the way. And there is my hole that goes through. Alright, so now I need to put the hole in on this side. And I'm going to use the point tool for this. And this one is going to be centered. So this is going to be 0.75. And this is going to be 0.375, which it already is. So I'm going to finish the sketch. And this is a diameter of 0.5 that goes in a depth of 5/8. Here's my diameter right here. And then here is my depth. So hole, tipped. Our diameter is 0.5. Our depth is 5/8. And there it is that. Alright. Lastly, I need to create my fillet, which is a radius of 0.25. So, I'm going to use that fillet tool, change this to 0.25, and grab this side and this side and hit apply. And the material for this is pine again. There's that. And this is part 12 rear pivot block. So save as part 12 rear pivot block. Alright. There's that. So let's keep moving along. Move on to part 13, which there's actually two of. So we're going to create a new standard.ipt and get our sketch plane ready while we're at it. And let's go back to our plans. Alright, so we're looking for part 13. And you'll notice it says 2 required. Like I said, there's 2 of these, one with the hole in the side, one without. We'll talk about that later. So we're going to start out with a rectangle that's 1.5 wide, 3.5 high, and extrude it 3/4. Alright, there's that. And we're going to extrude it to 0.75. And that's that easy. And put a sketch plane on the front now to get our hole placed in here. Alright, I'm going back. This hole goes all the way through. It's a 3/8 diameter, and it's centered 0.75 from the top and from the sides. So I'm just going to use the circle command here. Alright, and we can dimension this to 3/8. And 0.75 from the top and 0.75 from the sides. And I can finish the sketch and cut that out. And there is my hole that goes all the way through. Alright, so now there's a hole in the side. And I'm going to put a sketch on the side here. And project the geometry. And I'm going to use the point tool this time. And I'm going to have to switch drawings again here. So I'm going to go back to my parts drawing. And find part 13. Here it is. It's 1.5 inches up from the bottom. So coming back here, use my dimension tool, and I can center it. 0.375 here, 1.5 up from the bottom. Finish the sketch, and it goes in a depth of 5/8. So hole, diameter of 0.375, which is 3/8. In a depth of 5/8. Hit OK. There's my hole in the side. And then lastly, I can do my fillet, which is 3/4. Select both sides and apply. Our material is pine. And this is part 13. Which is going to be our yoke side. So when I save this, I'm going to go Save As, Part 13, Yoke Side with Hole. Because I need to make one without the hole. And so to do that, I don't need to start over again. I can just right-click on this hole over here in my browser and hit Delete. And now I can do a Save As, and I can just simply go without hole. And there it is. So that's pretty easy.